the true history of Asgard. I am Hela, the goddess of death. And if you listen closely, beyond the gilded lies and the saccharine whispers of Odin's fabricated legacy, you will hear the low, guttural thrum of truth beneath my feet. This is not the Asgard of sagas sung to children, nor the glorious realm of a benevolent king. No, this is the bedrock, the very foundation, built on conquest, on iron, on the countless shattered bones of those who dared defy us. And the stench of it, the glorious metallic tang of ancient blood, still clings to the air, a perfume to my senses, a scent you weaklings have long since forgotten how to breathe. Look around you. Feast your eyes upon these supposedly hallowed halls, these towering spires that pierce the cosmos, proclaiming a peace Odin never truly believed in. A peace he only times, enforced times, once his own thirst for power had been slaked. He fashioned a pretty lie, a golden cage for your minds, whilst the true architect of this empire, its beating, ravenous heart, lay entombed, forgotten. But nothing truly dies, does it? Not if it is woven into the very fabric of existence, as I am. And if something times is times forgotten, it merely waits, dormant, for the right moment to remind the universe of its rightful place. That moment, my dear viewers, is now. My power! Ah, my power. It is not some learned trick, some arcane spell recited from dusty scrolls. It is time's me asterisk. It flows from this very soil, these very stones, this very cosmos. When I raise my hand, it is not merely summoning a weapon. It is manifesting the inherent entropy of all things. The necro swords, they are not forged in fires, but drawn from the void between heartbeats, sharpened by the screams of civilization's long since dust. They are the undeniable finality of existence, given form. When I wield them, I feel the weight of every lost empire, every fallen star, every breath taken for the last time. It is a terrible burden, yes, but a necessary one, a glorious one. It is the truth. Odin's historians painted him as the architect of peace, the unifier of the 9 realms, a benevolent father, a wise king. What a laugh. He was a butcher, a conqueror. And I was his weapon, his instrument of divine fury. We rode together, side by side, his spear Gungnir and my myriad blades, cutting a sway through the ignorant and the arrogant, through all who stood in the way of Asgard's ascendancy. We built this empire, not with treaties and pretty words, but with blood and fire, and the unyielding will to dominate, the glory days. We carved out our dominion, planet by planet, realm by realm, until the very stars trembled at the mention of Asgard. He gloried in it, he reveled in the power. We were a symphony of destruction, a force of nature, and I times loved times it. There was a raw, visceral joy in seeing the chaotic tapestry of the universe yield to our might, to impose order, our order, upon the untamed. But then, as all conquerors do, he grew soft. Or perhaps, more accurately, he grew times afraid asterisk, afraid of what we had become, afraid of times me asterisk. He saw the reflection of his own boundless ambition in my eyes, and it chilled him. He wanted to shed the skin of the conqueror, to don the robes of the peacemaker, to be remembered as something he fundamentally was not. And so, he tried to erase the proof. He locked away the weapons of our shared conquest, buried the evidence of our glorious reign, and then he locked away, times me asterisk, his own daughter, the very embodiment of his power, his partner, his equal. The betrayal. It was not a wound, but a tearing asunder of my very being, to be deemed too dangerous, 2 times much asterisk, by the man who had forged me in the crucible of war. To be cast into the void, a living ghost, while he erected monuments to his newfound benevolence. For thousands of years I endured the unbearable stillness of absolute non-existence. A cosmic prison, where time itself lost meaning, where the whispers of the universe were muted, replaced by the silent roar of my own simmering rage. I was aware, perpetually aware, yet unable to act, to move, to even breathe. It was a torment designed to break even a goddess. But you see, Odin fundamentally misunderstood me. He thought confinement would dull my edge. Instead, it only sharpened my resolve. It forced me inward, into the very core of my being, where I meditated upon the nature of power, of betrayal, of the glorious, terrifying inevitability of death. I learned to draw strength from the void itself, to find sustenance in the silence. And I waited. Oh, how I waited. And now I am here, free. And Asgard has grown fat, lazy, complacent. It has forgotten the taste of conquest, the thrill of battle. It has become a gilded cage for its own people, believing the lies of its king, basking in a borrowed glory. It is a mockery of what we built. Look at this gaudy, opulent spectacle. Where is the steel? Where is the hunger? Where is the fire that once burned so brightly, consuming all in its path? It has been replaced by empty platitudes and the foolish pursuit of peace, a peace that will only ever be temporary, a fragile illusion waiting to shatter. My philosophy? It is simple, profound, and utterly undeniable. Life sprouts from death. Order emerges from chaos, but chaos times always times returns. Power is not granted, it is taken. It is forged in the crucible of will, refined in the fires of conflict, and maintained by an unwavering hand. Death is not the end. It is merely a transition, a necessary culling. It is the cosmic truth that ensures all things remain in balance. Without decay, there can be no rebirth. Without the shadow, the light loses its meaning. And I am that shadow. I am that decay. I am that truth. Do you think I delight in destruction for its own sake? No. I delight in time's honesty asterisk. I delight in shattering illusions. Asgard needs to remember what it truly is, what it truly times was asterisk. It needs to shed this false skin of tranquility and embrace the glorious savagery that brought it into being. My purpose is to cleanse, to purify, to strip away the layers of hypocrisy and expose the raw, magnificent power that lies beneath. My reign will not be one of gentle guidance, but of brutal clarity. Asgard will be feared once more, not for its supposed benevolence, but for its undeniable might. It will be an empire, forged not in fragile alliances, but in unyielding will. And my choices? You speak of choices as if there were ever truly any other path. I am death. I cannot choose to be less than myself. I cannot choose to betray my nature. Odin chose to betray times his asterisk. He chose to deny the very essence of what made him powerful. And for that, he paid the ultimate price, leaving behind a legacy that crumbles even as I speak. My regrets? I have none. Only the quiet sorrow of a universe that constantly tries to forget the fundamental truths of its own existence. The loneliness of being the one who must always remind them. The pain of watching my own father succumb to a weakness he once abhorred. Perhaps, for a fleeting moment, I regret the loss of our partnership, that primal, glorious dance of war that made us invincible. But that regret is swiftly consumed by the necessity of my current purpose. Do you understand? Do you even begin to comprehend the magnitude of what I embody? I am not merely a goddess. I am a cosmic force. I am the inevitability that awaits all things. You fear me because you fear the truth. You cling to your fragile lives, your fleeting joys, your temporary peace, because you refuse to acknowledge the grand, terrifying beauty of oblivion. But oblivion is not an end. It is a transformation, and I am its mistress. My reign will not be one of quiet contemplation. It will be a testament to Asgard's true heritage. We will expand, we will conquer. We will bring our brutal order to a universe that has grown soft, bloated on the lies of compassion and diplomacy. The Nine Realms will learn to kneel, not out of fear of a benevolent hand, but out of absolute, undeniable terror before a fist of iron. My father tried to bury me, to silence the truth. But the truth, like death itself, cannot be contained forever. It always finds a way to resurface, to reclaim what is rightfully its own. So, let the feeble-minded tremble, let the cowardly hide, for I am Hela, goddess of death, and the true history of Asgard is about to be written not in ink, but in blood, bone, and the shattered remnants of Odin's golden lie. And I will be the one holding the pen. My reign has only just begun, and the universe will times, never times, forget it again.